Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make what I call pie crust cookies or jelly tarts, or these are very, very similar to the Hamantaschen, a Jewish cookie, and just super easy to do. I normally make these with my leftover pie crust after making the pie, but you certainly can just buy a pie crust or make a pie crust specifically for these if you want. Super easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Before I move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. So here we go. Really easy. We need a pie crust, and I'm just using a store-bought pie crust for this demonstration, but normally I just use my homemade pie crust. And up there in the eye, up in the corner, there's a little eye. You can press that and you can find a link to that pie crust video if you want. Also, I'll put it down in the description box. So we start with the pie crust. I also have a little bit of egg wash. This is just one egg mixed with about a tablespoon of water. And then I have some sugar and cinnamon mix. It's just a little bit of sugar mixed with some cinnamon, and I always have this on handy for treats and desserts and things like that. And a little bit of flour just to go on the counter. And then some jelly. You can use whatever kind of jelly or jam preserves that you want. I love strawberry, so I'm going to use strawberry. You could use apricot, you could use plum, you could use apple. A lot of different varieties that you can make with these. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to take my pie crust here. I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on the counter, and we will roll out the pie crust here. Now the actual Hamantaschen dough is pretty similar to pie crust, but it's a little bit different of a pastry. Okay, for those of you who are wondering. And now we take a cookie cutter, a round cookie cutter I'm using. This is a 3-inch one, but you can use a smaller one if you want. And I'm just going to cut these circles out of here. And then I will take those scraps and put them all together and roll them out and do some more of these. Okay. And you want them to be fairly thin, about an eighth of an inch thick if you're using homemade. If you get the store-bought, it'll already be the thickness that you want. I'm telling you, these are super easy. It's a great way to use those leftover pie crust scraps. And now I just have a sheet pan here lined with a silicone baking mat. But you can use parchment paper, of course. I'm just going to put these on here. And now you take your jam or jelly. Again, this is strawberry preserves. And we're going to come in here and just do about a tablespoon, or a teaspoon, I mean, of jelly. That's a little too much. You don't want to go overboard with it. One of the reasons why I call them jelly tarts is because they look like the ones in the cartoon The Dragon Prince on Netflix. It's a great little cartoon fantasy adventure. And so if you haven't seen that on Netflix, check it out. All right, now we need to fold these. A couple ways you can do it is you can just take this one in, and then you fold it over like this. And then you just fold this over, like so. Like that, and then it leaves the inside here. Another way is I'll take this little egg wash here. I'm also going to do the tops of this with egg wash. And then I'll give something for my cinnamon sugar to stick to. You can also come around the edges here with the egg wash. And then you can just fold these up and pinch them. And so you just kind of pinch them like that instead of folding. Okay, so whichever style that you want to do, the pinch or the fold, go ahead and do those. All right, now once you have those done, I'm going to come in here with the cinnamon sugar mix and just go on the sides here. It doesn't wind up being very much cinnamon sugar on each one. It winds up being like about 1/4 of a teaspoon, so it's not very much. Just enough to give that crust, pie crust, some more flavor. I'm going to make a couple more out of this, and then what you'll do is you will put these in the oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190, 192 Celsius, and we'll bake them somewhere from 10 to 15 minutes until they get a little bit golden brown. There you go. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this. Some of them might open up a little on you, and that's totally fine. And then just let them cool for about 5 minutes or so on the pan. And then I'm going to remove these and put them on a wire rack to cool completely the rest of the way. And I've let them actually cool long enough. I could probably just pick these up with my fingers. They cool pretty fast. Just be careful. This jelly that's on the inside, the jam, it's really, really hot. So you don't want to bite into these too soon because you'll burn yourself. You'll burn your tongue or your mouth on that hot jelly. And you'll see some of the jelly that kind of oozed out and caramelized. That's really good stuff right there. It's like candy. All right, and there you go. Those are my pie crust cookies. They're very, very similar to the Hamantaschen, a Jewish cookie. I also call them jelly tarts. Really easy to do. Like I said, just use your leftover scraps from your pie making, or just use the pie crust specifically for these. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into one of these. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take this one that opened up. Yeah. So good.